Before he was a king, he was forgotten. Before songs were written about him, he was just a shepherd in the hills of Bethlehem. The youngest son of Jesse, not the strongest, not the tallest, not the obvious choice. When the prophet Samuel arrived in Bethlehem, the entire town trembled. A new king was about to be chosen. Jesse proudly presented his sons. Eliab stepped forward, tall, strong. Impressive. Surely this was the one. But the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not look at his appearance or his height. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." One by one, 7 sons passed before Samuel, and one by one, God rejected them. Finally, Samuel asked, "Are these all your sons?" Jesse hesitated. "There is still the youngest, but he is tending the sheep." He wasn't even invited. David was called in from the fields, dust on his clothes, sun on his face, the smell of wilderness still clinging to him. No armor, no crown, no reputation, just a heart that trusted God. And there, in that quiet house, Samuel poured oil over David's head. The Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him. But nothing changed. No throne, no palace, no announcement, just a promise. And sometimes, the promise comes long before the promotion. David returned to the fields, anointed, but unknown, chosen, but invisible. It was there, under open skies, that his character was formed. When a lion attacked his flock, David ran toward danger, not away from it. When a bear came in the night, he fought for what was entrusted to him. No audience, no applause, but heaven was watching. Before God trusts you with a kingdom, he tests you with sheep. Meanwhile, Israel faced humiliation. Across the valley of Elah stood a giant named Goliath, over 9 feet tall, clothed in bronze armor, a warrior since his youth. For 40 days he came forward, morning and evening. "Send me a man to fight." His voice echoed through the valley. The army of Israel trembled. Even King Saul was afraid. Fear had paralyzed a nation. One day, Jesse sent David to bring food to his brothers at the battlefield. He was not going to fight. He was delivering bread. But destiny often hides inside ordinary obedience. When David heard Goliath mocking Israel, something burned within him. Who is this Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God? While others saw a giant, David saw an insult against God. He volunteered. Laughter followed. "You are only a boy," Saul said. But David answered, "The Lord who delivered me from the lion and the bear will deliver me from this Philistine." Faith grows in secret battles before it is revealed in public victories. David refused Saul's armor. It did not fit him. He chose 5 smooth stones and a simple sling. Goliath laughed. "You come to me with sticks." But David declared, "You come against me with sword and spear. But I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." 1 stone, 1 swing, 1 impossible moment, the giant fell. And in a single day, the shepherd became a national hero. But victory attracts attention. And attention can awaken jealousy. Songs spread through Israel. Saul has slain his thousands, and David his tens of thousands. Saul heard it, and something dark began to grow in his heart: jealousy. The same king who once loved David now saw him as a threat. Twice, Saul hurled a spear at him. Twice, David narrowly escaped death. The palace became a prison, and the hero became a fugitive. David fled into the wilderness, into caves, into isolation. The man anointed as king now hid like a criminal. Followers gathered around him, the distressed, the indebted, the discontented. Not an army of champions, just broken men. And David led them, not from a throne, but from a cave. Years passed. The promise seemed distant. Have you ever been anointed for something but forced to wait for it? The cave is where pride dies. The cave is where trust deepens. The cave is where kings are truly formed. One night, Saul entered a cave to rest. He did not know David was hiding inside. David's men whispered, "This is your moment. Kill him." It was the perfect opportunity. No witnesses, no battle, just one strike. But David refused. "I will not lay my hand on the Lord's anointed." Instead, he cut off a corner of Saul's robe. Later, he revealed himself from a distance. He could have taken the throne by force, but he chose patience over power. And that decision defined his character, because anyone can seize power, but not everyone can. Surrender it to God's timing. After years of pursuit, Saul died in battle. David mourned him. He did not celebrate. He did not mock. He wept. Eventually, David was crowned king, not by manipulation, not by violence, but by promise fulfilled. From shepherd to warrior to fugitive to king. But David was not perfect. Power did not remove weakness. One evening, from his rooftop, he saw Bathsheba. Desire replaced discipline. Sin replaced devotion. He tried to cover it. Lies followed. Blood followed. The man after God's own heart had fallen. But when the prophet Nathan confronted him, David did not deny it. He broke. He repented. Psalm 51 was born from that moment. "Create in me a clean heart, O God." David teaches us something powerful. Great faith does not mean flawless living. It means returning to God when you fall. David ruled Israel for 40 years. He united tribes. He established Jerusalem. He prepared the way for the temple. But his greatest legacy was not military victory. It was a heart that kept returning to God. And from his lineage, generations later, would come another shepherd, Jesus, the greater king. David's story is not just about courage. It is about waiting. It is about mercy. It is about repentance. It is about trust. From the fields to the throne, from obscurity to destiny. God does not choose the obvious. He chooses the willing. And sometimes the shepherd in the field is already a king in heaven's eyes.